Hey, welcome back everybody. Sign here again with another episode of my FF-53 playthrough. And we've got 5 things to automate this episode. Well, maybe 6 if I get around to sturdy sheets. They're pretty easy though. I just have to set up an assembly line for them. Actually, don't I still have like a kind of defunct line over here that... a thermal... Yeah, this one here is not doing anything, so I can... And I've got lava running. Perfect. Yeah, that'll work just fine. Okay, so we're just going to repurpose this line eventually for making these sturdy sheets. It was the old compressed mechanism line, but there's a better recipe using the pressure chamber, so... Alright, one of the first things I need to do, though, is the first thing we need to get done is we need to get... Well, chromatic compound needs to get done, actually. I've got Yucatan, polished rose quartz... Did I ever actually teach it how to make the polished version, though? No, I did not. Okay, so I need an enrichment chamber. We need you. Here we go. We are going to need a crafting upgrade. I am actually kind of sort of running low on them. I got 3 left. I batch craft them because otherwise you have to sit there and just make crafting tables each time, and my system's constantly using up oak planks, so... Alright, this can go pretty much anywhere, so I'm going to put it right here because I've already got power right there. And it just makes it easier if there's already a power line, and I've got pipes right here. It's going to work out just fine. Right, so we'll get you put down here. Set you to be output. And... Alright, it's going to get messy a little bit here. Yep, see, it gave it gravel. Alright, you need to go into here, and you are currently not set for anything. Okay. Stop. No. Flint, wasn't there... Oh yeah, my andesite recipe needs flint. Probably need to automate that still. I'm not getting flint as a byproduct because I'm using material stonework factories to make it, to make gravel. So, right, rose quartz request. I mean, I have 7 still, but I don't actually have the recipe to make it, so... One last step. There we go. I goofed. Dang it. I needed to set the recipe first. I needed to know that which item turns into this. All right, try that again now. And we'll go through here and we will say that you are the result of putting this into this machine. And if I put you here, everything should be fine because that's an output side. And I can just do that, right? Oh, look, it's gone. Now, let me throw that in there. And it's slow right now, but honestly, that might be for the best. Yep, and there it went. Okay. The reason why it may be for the best is because everything's running as fast as possible. Then, well, actually, in this case, I'm setting it up to be an actual crafting recipe, which is going to be this one right here for our chromatic compound. So we need obsidian dust, polished rose quartz, and glowing ingots. Glowing ingots are just brass with lava poured on top. So I need one of you. I need a couple of powdered obsidian. And then we need some glowing ingots. Exactly 2 of them. Nice. And I don't think I need my yellow dye anymore. I might need the black dye, depending on how I do this. Of the 5 recipes, only one of them needs a fluid, which is why I can get away with sandwiching everything so close together. There we go. Actually, that was fairly quick. So I will worry about the mechanism upgrades for this thing later if it becomes an issue. All right, so you are going to know that two of you, and two of you are going to equal something, right? Put those in. We get our two chromatic compounds, which is going to be, boom, you. Now, the next recipe. Right, so we are done with chromatic compound. Shadow steel is going to be the next one, because shadow steel is used to make durasteel, technically shadow mechanisms, I don't think I need them, and polonium nuggets. Requires mechanism. 32 of those equal one polonium pellet. Odd. Oh, yeah, we're not doing that. But I need shadow steel to make durasteel. And then we need radiant ingots to make multiplite. And silk scrum requires chromatic compound. So I am going to go ahead and hook this stuff up into our system, because we're going to need to request quite a few of chromatic compounds. I need 16 of them. So I need to request like 14 more. Because just setting up recipes in the thing. In Pretty Pipe. Oh, I forgot I had that much. Okay. We're good. Also, I need to get these two out of my system. It's an easier crafting recipe, but it has no uses. So it's not quite the same item. These are chromatic ingots from Create Chromatic Return. And how did I even get the other ones? The recipe's not even showing up now. I have no idea. Sorry, I worked backwards from a different recipe that it turns out to be useless. Oh, and I did set up our rutile dust. So that is good to go. All right, so shadow steel is shadow essence plus 16 chromatic compounds per shadow steel. Yeah, that's per. That's kind of an expensive recipe. So I am going to come over here. And I'm going to set you up over here. I don't think I'm really going to need to worry about the dye. You're going to be output, other side's going to be input. I do need a fluid router, though. Neglected to grab that one. So, fluid router. I should have these on batchcraft as well. Thing is, if I autocraft those, I'm going to have to autocraft everything, all the components for them, and I just don't use the stuff often enough. Okay, so be green. To warrant like having this always done like that. Can I drag from here? I can. Sweet. All right, and now I need. Okay, my levers were in my inventory. Do that. Hey, look, we have shadow essence. 750 millibuckets. So you are going to think that 16 of these are going to return one shadow steel. And it only takes a quarter bucket of shadow essence. So that works out. There we go. Oh, you bastard. I see what's happening. Give me those back. I have not filtered this yet. The original plan was not to hook it up quite yet. Blacklist, chromatic compound. Now I have to go grab those 8 that it sucked out of the system back. And it's all in how basins work, unfortunately. They don't have a separate input-output inventory. Like thermal machines, mechanism, all that. They have 2 separate inventories that never really interact except for within the programming of the machine itself. Oh, dang it. Try that again now, and there you go. Hey, there we go. So now you know that equals that. Now, next up, let's go ahead and do Durasteel. So I need a block of redstone. I need 16 blocks of redstone. I need a thing of netherite. I did teach you how to make netherite, correct? That's a no. And we'll just do this. Quest twice. Craft one. Keep the other one just for the resources, which is kind of handy. And we will come over to here. Okay, you are full up. You are not. Okay. All right, time to break down and make a bunch of crafting tables, it looks like. What the hell just happened there? And it just kicks everything out. Oh, that's cute. Trying to, be sneaky and whatnot, and it just said, nope, not allowed. And I need like 3 of you for now. All right, I need to upgrade at least one of you. I'm just going to upgrade all 3 of you. I'm running into more and more recipes that require more than just one ingredient, so. Up. And you are going to realize that 4 of you and 4 of you equal 1 of you. And then we're going to go here and do that. Go ahead and give you that. And it looks like the export is working like it should. It beats me why it does that sometimes. It just refuses to work. See? The assembler just says no and will not output the items. I have no idea why. Okay, but now I need 16 blocks of redstone. And we needed 8 shadow steel. This might take a while. Actually, no, this will take a while. Because, remember, each shadow steel, which apparently you can get shadow steel powder, which we can then use to make creative flour. Okay, I'm not doing that stuff. Yeah, each shadow steel takes 16 chromatic compounds. Each one of these takes half a stack of obsidian dust, which is our slow spot. Although that could be contested between these two. Because with one we have to make the brass first and then send it over. I think it was over here I have it hooked up. I know this is our cake machine. Oh, that's our lava machine is over here. Where am I making? In the basement? It's probably in the basement. I need to fill that hole in. It's somewhere along my lava line. I have got a depot with a spout. There it is. That's making glowing ingots. I couldn't remember exactly where I stuck it. Getting to be a little bit of an issue with the size of the base. There we go. And unfortunately, well, I could just, one thing I can do is if we're going to do that next in line here, right, then I can blacklist netherite, block of redstone, and shadow steel here. So it'll only pull out what I want. And then, just to avoid any issues, I'll just disconnect these pipes from each other until we're ready. Now, hook things up. And we should see it pulling the shadow steel into... What the? I pressed D and it paused. Weird. Oh my god. You are not doing your job, accumulator. It was only 43. That's not bad, I guess. God knows how long that took to build up. Also... Really? That did not kill you. Okay. Let's see. We currently have nothing on the smoking, so we'll just do this. And I have disconnected my kelp roll machine because, we're good. And we're not even using that anymore. We're running completely off of turbine power for right now. And it's honestly working great, so. So I don't even need the kelp maker anymore either. So let me just come down. Where was... There's the opening, and we'll just stop that. Thank you. Apparently you can't right-click with an item in your hand. There. So now that farm is shut down. We don't have anything to worry about there. Oh, that's why, because I disconnected this thing too without turning it off. And it wasn't picking things up because it was too full. Yeah, that's on me. Okay. So, we've got 4 made, but we're waiting on 61 chromatic compounds right now. All right, I had to hook the pipes back up because I forgot. This is my chromatic compound recipe. And when I hooked everything back up, I forgot to set a blacklist, and I had to go fetch ingredients out of my system. It was a little embarrassing if I'd done it on camera. Why are you too short, though? Because it was finished up top. So why are there 14 extra up there? Nope, no, it's just waiting on those, huh? All right, well, let's go patch that up here. Oh. Let me down, thank you. Guess a few more items leaked out than I realized. All right, so that is good. Here we are going to set up 8 shadow steel, 16 blocks of redstone, and 1 netherite. Double check that I have the blacklist set up correctly. Yes, okay. And we're going to go you, and you. That is going to give us a single ingot of durasteel, which it just got sucked into the system because I wasn't quick enough. All right, let's go fetch. Oh, there's our shadow steel. And durasteel. Hey, quest complete durasteel. We are working on chapter 6 endgame right now, by the way, and we got a gold coin. Dang, I was hoping for some free durasteel for that. Oh well. So. All right, now you need to know the output. There we go. And now durasteel, you can use it to make the shadow steel paxel, shadow steel sword, or the sentient mainframe, and that's basically it. Well, we can also use it to make like a durasteel handle and stuff, but durasteel infused book. But, the main reason I'm doing it is for this, and we are going to need 4 of these per sentient mainframe. But that means I don't have to worry about having that one continue on anymore. This one, let's do Silkstrom next, because this one will be fairly easy. Silkstrom was how much? 16 string? Yeah, I think we're good there, right? And it's 1 nether star and 16 chromatics. I don't know why I muscle memory into putting an S in front of the C for chromatic. I'm trying to spell chromatic or something. I have no idea. Okay, so that'll be the middle one. So you. I'm going to blacklist that, and that. And now I need to request 15 more chromatic ingots. I should have done that while I was up there. Honestly, though, 30 seconds is not going to make a huge difference. You know, just request 20 in the grand scheme of things. It's still going to take a while. Look over here. We see the induction smelter is lit up. This should be brass. Yep, working on brass. Then we should see the brass showing up here any second now, being turned into glowing ingots. There it goes. Maybe that is that. Okay. Let me change this recipe so like 8 equals 8, so it sends 8 at a time. Not too concerned. It happens when it happens, right? So we're getting the stuff showing up over here. Powdered obsidian is actually the quickest one out of the bunch. Oh, polished rose quartz. Yeah, I never did speed that machine up, did I? No, yep, that's an issue. All right, so I have the chromatic compounds finally. And you are already set, right? No, you are my silkstrom. Correct? So, already got you blacklisted. Good. I just like to double check. Everything gets all messed up. Okay, we're going to tell you that 16 chromatic, 16 string, and 1 nether star is going to equal something, right? Snagged it this time. And we get 4 silkstrom for this recipe, which makes this one quite a bit nicer. It really does. And we need 4 per recipe. So since we're getting 4, that will make things a lot cheaper per go. Okay, I'm throwing them at the exact same angle, and some are bouncing and some are not. There it goes. All right, and then our last one is going to be, we're going to need 8 refined obsidian. We need 8 dragon's breath, which I made ahead of time. Thankfully, there is a way to make it. And that is on the natural altar with transmutation catalyst. It's just bottle darkness, which we're getting without a problem. And then I'm going to need a bunch of refined radiance. This one is a bit of a bugger, though. That 16 chromatic compound in refined mixture. So I have that tag teaming off of our... Oh, not you. It is this system over here. You not getting pulled out? Why are you... I have you set to a whitelist over here, don't I? Oh, it's a freaking jungle and a maze together. Next time I do a basement, I'm doing it 4 blocks tall. I keep telling myself that, I just never do. I went completely around. How did I just do that? Okay. You are... How am I... Oh, I'm not getting things out of you. Ah. And I am out of sides. Okay, I know of a way I can fix this. And give me my configuration tool. Just going to delete that. Grab you. Put you down. You do that. Remember that it's locked. Means that, you know, less issues will happen whenever I first slap this thing down. Meaning I can put it here, right? And I'm going to disconnect that. I am going to maybe wait for a second, or 10 or 20, and get just refined radiance out of here without grabbing... Oh, yeah, well, I'll just do this, right? And I'll throw it back in. There we go. You are going to go here. And then... Hey, look, we got 3. Yeah, whatever. You can go that way. We'll do this. do that. Actually, that'll work just fine. I don't even have to put an export onto it. The system saw it as it, you know, the inventory became available, goes, oh, I've been looking for you, and it snagged it. And that is perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. So I did, no, I'm in the wrong area. So over here. Not get you set up yet, though. So I need some of that refined radiance I just sent out. It's only awaiting 2 more refined radiance. What is it? If I'm right, this thing is going to disappear in a second. And it's not going to give me the items I want. They requested 16 total of these. I mean, gave me the one that I already had, and then it was set to autocraft 15 more. Okay, well, there's those 3, but we're short 10. That took forever to show up. That line is acting like it's not pressurized. I've added a couple more hidden pipe pressurizers around here, just to make sure that we have enough pressure for everything. Okay, can't fit through that way. You know what? Just to be safe, we're going to do that. Almost had a feeling it was just spinning it in circles and just decreasing the count on its own. You are going to town. Everything else should be sitting idle for the most part. Well, this one definitely should be sitting idle. Alright. So now we just have to wait a bit. Alright, and I'm having some issues with this for some reason. I'm not sure exactly what the cause is, but it's double detecting any ingots of radiance it makes, of the refined radiance. And so I have changed the recipe here, so it's asking for twice as much chromatic compounds. It's still going to spit out the correct amount, but I am going to alter the recipe a little bit. So for that, I need a retrieval node. Why did you give me all 3 when I requested? Yeah, I think the system is reaching its limit on what pretty pipes can do. I should have broke this into several subsystems, honestly, but... Alright, so you're going to go here. And you are just going to request refined radiance, no matter what. You two, you know what? You can also request refined obsidian. Just keep those in stock constantly. And you're going to know that 8 Dragon's Breath is going to equal, eventually, 1 multiplite. Did I not set that stupid... I didn't set the blacklist, did I? I didn't set the refined radiance because I didn't have it at the time. Oh well. With this thing retrieving, see, there was 1 refined obsidian ingot. The refined radiance that just got sent into the system should come back here. See, we're back up to 15 already, 16. There it goes. Right, and it's going to keep 16 of each of those in stock in there at all times. Which works out pretty good because that's exactly the amount we need for the refined radiance. We needed multiplite, right? Yeah, here we go. Hey, quest complete multiplite ingot. Nice. And so then we're going to tell you that, hey, you will turn 8 Dragon's Breath into a multiplite. And we got 2 of each in there already. Perfect. So that'll keep those things in stock. I'm doing the same with a couple of the ingredients from the chromatic compound as well. Because it was double detecting brass as well. Which I have no idea why. And it's still doing it. It is the weirdest thing. Is this machine here, right? For brass? Yeah. And I even told it that it's only making half as much as it's supposed to, and it's still... There's something going on with that. I'm not sure what it is. But up until today, this episode, brass was working fine. So, also, what the heck is with these empty slots here? So if I request... Here, give me, first of all, these. And I'm going to get like 10, right? Because of how I set the recipe up, it should send enough. It should send 10 copper and 10 zinc over. And give me back 20 brass, even though it's only expecting 10. What is up with that? That is weird. And it got an extra one in there somehow. Yeah, there's something wonky going on there. I'm not sure what it is. Sent to 10, and then we're going to see probably 10 more show up here. Okay, missing one. It's probably making glowing ingots finally. 8, 10. Nope, there's our 10. Okay. So it did do it correctly. I've got a few recipes set up that way where the system thinks it's only going to get half as back as it actually does, or in some cases a quarter pack. But there's something, it's with this machine here and with our system over there for making the radiance, liquid radiance or whatever. I think that's making glowing ingots again. But, well, it made them, but it's not making them right now. So I don't know. It is really weird. Yep, and look at that. Now they're missing glowing ingots, and it's supposed to be crafting those on demand at all times. Although it might be because of how these retrievals work. Am I going to see it now? It may want to be filled up on powdered obsidian before. No, it's not even doing it. So, no, actually it is. Apparently it zips through. The rose quartz is what we're telling it is in the recipe. So, that's going to fill up separately. Okay, there's our powdered obsidian. Once that hits 16, is it going to do its thing? Where's our last piece of obsidian at? Come on. Are you swiping the obsidian for something else? Well, some other recipe probably needed powdered obsidian. I've only got one machine producing it right now. But it is a max upgraded enrichment chamber, so... Hey, there's our glowing ingots now. So, okay, that's what one of the issues is. It was double completing, same with the radiance. So I'm just getting around it by having them just automatically supplied. That will get around this whole thing. It's just going to wait for the obsidian to fill up before... And I think it's because obsidian is the first one on the list. The glowing ingot is the second. All right, but we have all 5 of these automated now. There's our silkstrom, and there's our multiplate. So really, we need to make the perfect metals, we need to make the infinity catalyst, and then we need to make neutronium. This will probably be one episode here. This will be an episode, and then these 2 will probably be an episode. So we're looking at probably 3 more episodes left for this series. On that note, let me turn in some gold coins here. Let's look at our challenges again, right? What are the challenges? Purist. Okay, already doing this one. All you create power must come from create generators, pneumatic generators, so on and so forth. Lazy. We set up automation for every mechanism. And as soon as we get that last step done with the sentient mainframe, and I get this hooked up into an auto crafting table, we'll be done. Well, I'll have to get this thing hooked up as well. Honestly, I think this should almost be a mechanical crafter's craft instead of an advanced crafting table recipe. Because I think it would be kind of cool to see, you know, this big diameter crafter somewhere. But this should not be a problem. It's more refined radiance and it's more shadow steel. So, on top of what's needed for this recipe, we still do have to do sturdy sheets. I'm going to need to do something about our obsidian production. Sturdy sheets are going to eat up a lot of it as well. Where was I setting that up at? So what are you working on right now? You were working on uranium. Cool. I had like 700 something uranium crystals to go through. So, what's that? Cyanide. We actually have cyanide in reserve? What? I have it turned so it should be just constantly feeding into the reprocessor. I wouldn't think that... I don't think our reactor can work fast enough to be faster than the processor. All right. Where is that enrichment chamber? I have no idea. You're running constantly. Good. Basal's production was taking up just a huge portion of my pulverizer over here. And I needed it for other recipes. Well, I needed another pulverizer, so I had to set it up. Just to always have Basal's around, because we're using so much of it around here. I just saw it make another chromatic compound over there. Where am I making obsidian? I have no idea. All right, so we're going to... Haha, don't do that. Put you there. Pick that up. And I've already got this guy set. Green side, give us lava, right? Boom, lava. Nice. And now we have our presses. We'll go like this. Go ahead and throw you down. I'm going to kick you up a bit. I have my magnet on, and I just picked up stuff from my crushing wheel. There we go. Now I just need this to have a recipe. So can I get some powdered obsidian? Which I did speed that up a bit. I taught it that 8 pieces of obsidian will make 8 obsidian or powdered obsidian. You know, me lying casually to my system again. Retrieval. No, don't need to worry about that because we're not doing that anymore. But you were set up for precision mechanisms. I don't need you anymore. That's what I had going on here. I haven't used one of those in a long time. You will equal 30 sheet. Am I out of silicon again? Oh, I am. Okay, that's the problem. I need to get a recipe set up for making silicon. And there's our sturdy sheet. We'll just come over here and be like, you output that. Wow, it's getting laggy. I've got something going on in the world. It's probably that mob farm again over there. It's right at the edge of render. I think that's might be what's causing the issues. Because I don't really have it chunk loaded over there. All right. So looking at number 6 again, we have sturdy sheets automated. We have Durasteel, Silkstrom, Multiplate automated. 1, 2, 3. It's the same ones all around. We have the circuits done, electronic components. We have PCBs done. We have single board computers. We have cryo mainframes done. Basic and compressed mechanisms. So the only thing left to do for this is we need neutronium gears and we need the infinity catalyst. So we are almost there. But I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode. Thank you for coming out. I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next one. Signing out. Have fun.